Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. We are back here on the SSV Normandy with our good friend, Goog Shepard. She's here. She's pretty. She's in space. Now, Mass Effect 2, as you know, is my favorite game. I've talked about it before. If you watch the YouTube series, a quick plug for YouTube, because why not? If you watch the YouTube series, Nightbot. Nightbot? There you go, Nightbot. Nightbot was just a little slow. If you watch the YouTube series, point is, you know that I say in every YouTube video, Mass Effect 2 is my favorite video game ever. Mass Effect 2 is not a perfect game. You know, you've got Goog Shepard. She's great. She's nice. But, well, there's also other things and people who, while they're certainly nice, they're kind of boring. And actually, in this game, they've proven to be kind of dicks to everybody. And they have loyalty missions, because every crewmate has a loyalty mission. And their loyalty missions are, well, they're not, how do you say this delicately? They're not great, Jacob. But anyway, this is Goog Shepard, and she's really cool. And she's here on the Normandy, and the Normandy's a great ship. So, you know, let's go do Normandy stuff.
You had me so worried when you were trapped on the collector ship. Thank goodness for Edie.
Thank goodness for Edie. Aw, you do care.
That sounds like more than just professional concern, Kelly.
You're more than just my commander. You're my friend.
Edie brought you back to me. If she had a body, I'd give her a big hug.
I'm going to hold you to that. In the fullness of time, we will be able to hold you to that. But, yeah, everybody worked. Everybody helped. Jeff helped. You helped, I'm sure. Did you help? Let's pretend you helped. You helped!
The Normandy crew delivered, including you.
You're too kind. We were there to help, but Edie gets the credit this time. The Elusive Man made sure Edie was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
You don't have anything new to say, though, so.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Maybe. But hey, if Kelly has something special to say after the collector ship mission, Joker probably has something to say. So we should, you know.
So the collectors were once Protheans, repurposed by the Reapers. What a sad end.
Makes you wonder if the Keepers on the Citadel were once something different.
They were. We know this. Were you not briefed on my reports? Wait, did you get the version of my reports that the Alliance puts out? Because the Alliance puts out redacted version. I'll CC you on my next email. I've got the full version of my... Yeah, the Keepers were... Never mind. Also, this power dynamic is still weird. Look how much he has to crane his neck. Just because I was... Look! He has to crane his neck, turn up over his back. Plus, he's still working, you know, typing away on his holographic interface. That can't be comfortable. It can't be good. For your neck, for your shoulder, for your fingers, it's just not good. Hi, Jeff.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
It was until the thing started questioning my every move. It won't let anything slide.
You were deliberately falsifying maintenance reports, Mr. Moreau.
Not falsifying, tweaking. I always round up on task times. It makes us look good when we come in under.
I'm with Jeff here. You know, under promise, over deliver.
Harmless self-promotion. Edie can ease off on that.
Very well, Shepard.
Yeah, go pout. I win.
Joker.
Right. No hard feelings. Good game.
I didn't intend for it to be a competitive thing between Joker and Edie, but yeah. Prothean artifacts detected on the planet's surface. Okay. So we're gonna go get some Prothean stuff. With the hammerhead. Just cuz. You know? Just because. Let's take Jacob and Thane. Why? Just because. Alright, Jacob's got 2 points, but nothing on which to spend them. Thane has 5 points. I could boost his warp, or I could evolve his throw. You know, I think we're okay with throw. Let's just get warp up. Shepard is all set.
Kinetic barrier detected. Kinetic barrier strength beyond conventional weapon capability. Recommend disabling power sources.
Okay, so there are rocket drones protecting the shield generators, but you have to take out the generators to disable the shield to go get the thing. And Ghosty is telling me that it is the apocalypse outside, which jives with what I'm hearing. So, honestly, it's been so damn hot, we could use the rain.
Kinetic barrier strength reduced.
Great. Down you go. So there's another thing over here, but first, some data or minerals or something. Hey, a little bit, tiny bit of EZO. Great. That's just great. The entire week's forecast has changed to be down in the 80s. You know, I heard that as well. I have some family plans this weekend that I was initially looking to cancel just because I saw that the heat index or the temperature or something is supposed to be in the low to mid 100s, and you know, fuck that. But then there was an updated forecast that said, actually, you know, it's going to be pleasant, a little warm, but you know, it's August, so family plans are back on. Which, hey, family plans are good plans. It's just, you know, family plans, or any plans really, are not great plans when the heat index is 107. Alright, let's take out these rocket drones. Kaboom, kaboom. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Pew, pew, pew. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Kinetic barrier strength reduced.
Down you go. Is there anything else over here? That's a negative. If it was Super Mario Odyssey, I would have gotten a moon just for doing that. But no. Why do I always compare the Hammerhead sections to Super Mario Odyssey? I mean, the Hammerhead controls better than the tank controls in Super Mario Odyssey. So there's that. Hey, look, a rocket drone. A rocket drone getting blown right up right next to me. Alright. There are more cables and shit over here. And in order to get there, I need to go up to here. Let's grab that. Crackacoom goes the... Oh my! Crackacoom goes the thunder outside. Okay, the first one was not loud enough to come over the mic. The second one might have been. So... I suppose I should apologize for the audio, but also, thunderstorms are neat. I'm not going to complain about it. One day, I will have a dedicated office or streaming room or video production room or what have you, with soundproof walls and, you know, fully installed studio lighting and all that nonsense. Today is not that day. Today, I have my living room with my fancy fat guy gamer chair, which was, you know, much more about being a fat guy chair than a gamer chair, but hey. Alright. Boom goes those rocket drones. Jump those rocket drones. Jeebus says he guesses he is always doomed to miss the beginning of Mass Effect streams. I mean, you know, I had the extra time today. And...
deactivated. Path is clear.
Thank you. I had the extra time today, and also I had a shitty day at real work today, so let's imagine a universe wherein this is my job. Oh, it's a better universe. Let's go investigate these Prothean ruins, shall we? Jake and Thane going out. Okay, I'll stop now. What's down here, I wonder? Why do I bet that it's a glowing silver orb? A fun thing that Ghosty just learned. I want to know a fun thing that Ghosty just learned. I also want to read this data pad. The site is spectacular. Time has proven to be the real enemy. There are Blue Sun thugs they hired to protect it, but they barely managed to erect the shield before the Geth arrived. Oh no, the Geth! How can they know our movements? Am I beaming my thoughts directly to them? Why, yes! Yes, you are. Well, that sounds wonderful, Parlor Ghost. What's down here, and why do I suspect that it's a glowing silver orb? God, I'm lyrical today. That'll be one of the aforementioned Blue Sun's thugs. Also, hey, 3,700 credits. Sure.
Dr. Aloy must have been indoctrinated by the Reapers. I found him sending our data to a Geth ship. I won't be responsible for another Geth attack, another Eden Prime. I've silenced Aloy. Forever.
Oh boy. Not great. Not what you want. Oh, can we hack this computer console? Let's do that. What are we going to get out of this? Oh, we opened the thing. Who had glowing silver orb in the pool? I did. Great. Great.
It's too late for me. They're still in my head, stealing my thoughts. I can't keep them out. I've got no choice but to destroy this relic. And myself.
Something tells me you failed at half of that task, buddy. But only half. Well. Hey, look, a data pad. Dr. Case would never understand the deal I made with the collectors. Oh. They agreed to spare your colony. Dr. Aloy. You stupid fucker. Getting close to a glowing Reaper artifact, knowing full well that big silver balls like this are exactly what they use to indoctrinate people. Anyway, let's get close to this glowing Reaper artifact, knowing full well that silver balls like this are what they use to indoctrinate people. I'm sure it's fine. Also, Shepard's just going to put on her helmet for this. Oh yeah, Shepard, touch the thing. Touch the thing. That's a great idea. Yep. Yep. Now it's glowing. You should leave. You should... Well. Now it's incredibly dense and portable. I guess you should just pick it up. We recovered the Prothean artifact, and we got some biotic damage out of it. Alright, fine. So this planet was named after an Asari scientist. It appears to have been on the list of forbidden mass relays that led to uncharted space. Well, it turns out that this is a fucking garden world.
General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback. Registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV...
Probe away. Something on our sensors.
Something indeed. Let's land. Okay, so we have to take Jacob because, after all, this is his loyalty mission. We're doing this because Jacob, so we might as well bring Jacob. We don't know who else we have to bring. And I think what I'm going to try to do for the loyalty missions, because for the most part, we'll get there, Ghosty. For the most part, the third squad mate in a loyalty mission is just kind of a third wheel. They're just sort of there. Like, we did Kasumi's loyalty mission, didn't even bring one. We did Miranda's, and we brought Samara, but we may as well have not brought anyone. So, I mean, I could look at it mechanically and think like, oh, who am I gonna fight? Let me take someone who's good at fighting these people. But that's boring, and I'm not playing on a hard enough difficulty for that to matter. So, let's just take someone who in theory, would be thematically interesting or just relates to either the story of the mission or the character whose loyalty mission we're doing. Because, why not? That is a very long-winded way of explaining the fact that we're taking Miranda. Because, Miranda is the one who is closest to Jacob. We've established in the past that Miranda and Jacob have a relationship. We know that Jacob's message that set up his loyalty mission came through Cerberus channels. So, we're going to take Miranda. Miranda and Jacob are close. Miranda would want to help Jacob. We don't know that happened. We can't prove that. Alright, Miranda, you're going to evolve Overload because Overload is excellent. And you can have an area overload, I think. Do I want that? Yeah, it might hit multiple targets. That's a good thing. Multiple targets, multiple mechs. Yeah, you do that. So hey, fucking Garden World. Lush tropical paradise. Could compare this geography with, many places on Earth, some of which don't have almost entirely black people in them.
I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
So that's Edie telling us that we should go investigate the ship, which is a good idea. Let's turn on the incendiary ammo. Jacob can turn on your incendiary. Miranda, you need to have your overload set. Yeah, there we go. There will be a fair bit of combat here.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
So to recap, actually let's just we'll get
Looks
a quick
like it was
recap
stripped
here.
after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Well, it looks like we can go onto the ship and investigate, or we can talk to this VI. But hey, there's a partial officer's log right here.
Along with this anymore, we've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
That doesn't bode well. That does not bode well. This feels like I've made some jokes, but we're going to step back and take a serious pause here. This mission goes places. And it never shows things, but it implies things. And if you're not comfortable with sexual assault, domestic violence, things of that nature, I would advise you to take a long walk and come back in an hour or so when we're done with this mission, because, yeah, this mission's going to go places. Anyway, let's talk to this VI, and then we'll go investigate the ship.
Toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Over.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by Acting Captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
So the voiceover just hasn't triggered there, but thankfully there is text. Apparently there were emergency command protocols. So let's investigate all of these problems, starting with the emergency command protocols. Why not?
Who is in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Avoiding it for a decade seems unlikely.
Yeah. So we know that the ship crashed and the captain died, and Jacob's dad, Ronnie. Why are we always dealing with assholes named Ronnie? You know what? We like Ronnie too much to call Jacob's dad Ronnie. Jacob's dad, Ron. Jacob's dad, Ron, was promoted from first officer to acting captain, which, happens when the captain dies. And then they discovered that the local plants and food and stuff causes neural decay. And then a year later, they got the beacon working. And then 9 years later, they activated the beacon. And according to this guy, in the intervening 9 years, they did some bad stuff to the crew. If you're thinking they can't possibly be implying the thing they're implying, they're implying the thing they're implying. Anyway, let's get on the boat.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember her face. We need to get out, so I can remember, can think straight. They have to hurry.
Doctor appears to be undergoing some neural decay. It's not great.
She always said no. She even threatened to report if I didn't stop sending messages. But now she's so innocent. They all are. And that look she gives when she smiles. It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
That's fucking gross. It's fucking gross. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about how fucking gross it is. It's fucking gross. Here's another partial crew log.
Crash, you can't expect the luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him, but I don't.
So, somebody doesn't think Captain Taylor, acting Captain Taylor, has it in him to be in charge. The doctor is already losing her memory, and at least one creepy schmuck has decided that, hey, it's not so bad if some people have neural decay, because then you can do stuff. Which, I am not the most qualified dude to talk about all of the implications here for, fairly obvious pasty white reasons, but can't help but notice that all of this is happening on the strangely warm, equatorial, let's say, geography area with the black guy's dad. How about that? How about that? Anyway, this mission kind of sucks. But look, I played you some content.
From the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that—
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Hey, look, some of the crew don't particularly like the liar. Wonder who that could possibly be. Ron.
Can't get along.
Also, you can get fucking slammed. Oh my god. Am I gonna? Where's the? Oh, I can't. I can't use a human being as a chest-high wall. That's okay. That's a reasonable choice that you made there, game.
I've got no shields.
Got a whole ton of thunder going on. Whole ton of thunder. Hey,
Can't reach the
you?
target.
Sure can. Can you die after I charge you? Possibly. Oh, you'll die after I slam you, though. Yeah, you're quite dead.
That wasn't neural decay. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Well, we're running out of decent explanations here, Jake. Oh, hey, a stripped mech.
Stripped for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Also, they appear to have a statue. Or idol. Let's talk to this survivor.
They're clearly docile, but in the same uniform remnants as those who attacked us.
And also there's this.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently? Makes males get violent.
Possibly. But the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Pretty much exactly what I was going to say. That's not a good sign.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
Okay. I understand that he's your father. And you may perhaps want to believe the best about him. But are you honestly asking why? You heard the... You know, go munch a leaf and figure it out, Jacob. Hi, survivor.
He has a cruel face. His cruel face. I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing.
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
Boy, every NPC conversation just makes this mission squickier. Maybe I should stop doing that. We'll get 100 credits because we're full up on metagel. Nobody has pockets.
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Oh, hi. Also, did those mechs just say your cap... Yeah, those mechs did just say that. Thank you for overloading the mechs, Miranda. You all appear to be dead.
Patrols like that are a little much against this bunch.
Well, that would make them hate him. But maybe it was just for defense.
You can stop coming up with justifications at any time, Jake.
Please, here. You could end it.
Hi there.
You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. this, I forget how to read, but this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Not good.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Ghosty says, for some reason, I have a real weird reaction to the phrase toxic food, but especially the way Jacob says. I mean, the phrase toxic food is like inherently an oxymoron. If something is toxic, it is not food. So it feels kind of bad. Secondly, I mean, this whole thing is just... And again, like, I'm coming at it from my perspective, and I'm like, I can see how this is bad. And, like, it's poorly written, it's trading on horrible stereotypes, it's implying horrendous things, and in this fictional universe, I'm probably the kind of guy who would have benefited from this treatment. And it's like, gross. So I can't really imagine what it's like playing this as a female gamer, or as a black gamer, or as a black female gamer. It's almost as if, and don't quote me on this because I don't know this, it's almost as if they only had a bunch of white guys making video games in like 2010. And I know BioWare is a more diverse company than some. And thankfully, at least we have Ghosty here to, I imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, Parlor Ghost, I imagine that as a female gamer, this kind of sucks. Let's investigate some more.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Does it say why he separated the men and women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Okay, so Ghost says, for me anyway, it sucks in a way that makes me roll my eyes rather than be super offended. I mean, I can see that too, because this is all, like, this is trading on some pretty bog standard stereotypes. Like, oh, hey, you leave those kind of people, and it just so happens that those kind of people are, Jacob's black. Spoiler alert, Jacob's dad is black. You leave those kind of people in charge or in a bad situation, and this is what happens. They go feral. They revert to... It's colonial white bullshit.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Alright, well now at least Jacob is pretty much done defending this fucker. If it said something about Jacob as a person, if it changed him, if it mattered, then, like, okay. But it's ultimately really meaningless. I mean... I can see where you're coming from there. Yeah, oh, it's also a cult. It's also absolutely a cult. Ray cults. Oh, that's going to actually blow up. We don't want to be there when it actually blows up. Kaboom. The one that bothers...
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free. God damn it. It's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
Pretty much. And Ghosty mentions the Overlord DLC, which we're gonna do at some point. I might save that one for after Endgame or like a weekend stream or something. It's
The old corpse has been posed, like a warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back.
Hey, look, chest-high walls. Speaking of not necessarily bad things, but things that... Yeah, yeah, as you do, as one does when stranded on a desert planet.
He had plenty of choices. A little late to blame his victims.
Ghosty says, so then, like, when the rations run out, were they gonna eat the people? I mean... Seems like he waited 8 years and then activated the distress beacon. You know, maybe cannibalism was the plan. Maybe distress beacon was the plan. They had the beacon for 8 years before they activated it.
Heads up.
Do I imagine Pokemon do eat each other. I would think. As for do people eat Pokemon? I mean, that's another I would think. Hi, are you a mech? Oh, you're a mech. Well, you can get... Oh, well, you can get fucked. Oh, hi. Every game has to have a cannibalism storyline. Hey, you know, can I slam a... TIL, you cannot slam a crawling mech. Let's toss this out to here.
I've got him!
Let's fling those guys. Alright. Oh, are you not dead? Oh, there are more of you. Yeah, the creepy people who invite you in the woods who invite you to dinner storyline.
Excuse me.
Red Dead Redemption 2 has a very well executed version of that one. Unsurprising given that it is a period western.
Distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come. He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
That seems to be it. It basically seems like the plan, such as it was, you know, set up this awful sex cult, enjoy living as a king in the sex cult, and then in several years when your food starts running out, activate distress beacon and plead ignorance or tyranny. I mean, I don't think they ever discuss what the plan was regarding when food runs out, but given what we learn and what we know,
there we go.
Yeah.
Have a nice trip.
It really seems like that was the plan.
You're done!
Oh! Charge on someone who is being pulled is fun.
I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me. Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Also,
watch for the drone.
Yeah, he has brainwashed guards now.
You bet.
Oh, his brainwashed guards have a mech. Presumably a brainwashed mech. We can we can excuse the mech.
Attacking heavy mech.
Miranda, you can
Take them
overload
heavy,
this
mate.
thing just whenever you
Hostile combat drone!
Right.
Attack.
Oh, hey, a combat drone. I should probably, like, heal people? Sounds like a good idea. Jacob draws fire. Thank you. Oh, Jacob, you're a good man. Okay, this is fine. Oh, hello.
It's going up.
Shepard, take cover.
I've got him. Target down.
Shepard, take cover. I don't want to die on this shitty mission.
Hunters, take us, but we fight.
Boom, kaboom, kaboom. Let's switch back to the Locust. It's the best gun.
Have a nice trip.
You can get dead. These guys, yeah, they don't have any shields or anything, so... Kaboom! Now I am food for the sex cult. Sad.
Kill so we can go home.
Now I know that if you post a clip in the channel with the new clip shoutout thing I have, it automatically plays the clip. Good to know.
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
Let's go confront Ron. Hey, look. Over there. It's Ron. You know, we could just... There's nothing stopping us from... Okay, the game's not prepared if you just do that. Sure is a nice place you got here, by the way. Ron. You got your desk and your beds and your pile of gears. I don't have a pile of gears. I'm the commander of an advanced stealth warship, and I don't have a pile of gears. What's with the pile of gears?
You're here. I knew a real
Ron.
squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've got to have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Does he not recognize his own son? I know it's been a while. Like 10 years or so. And they were estranged even before he disappeared. But I find it odd that he doesn't recognize Jacob. But then again, absentee father cliche, because fuck, let's do all the lazy tropes. We only have one black character. There's a lot to shove into there.
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you are acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
And then 9 years passed. I suppose, yeah, almost 9 years. Let's learn more.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
Like, that's the best argument that Ron can come up with. Is like, oh, I had to set a tough example. But, you know, people were comfortable. I had earned some peace.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
So there you go, Parlor Ghost. We were talking about it earlier. What was the long-term plan? The long-term plan was, I'm the king. I'm gonna make this food last as long as I can, and when it runs out, shrug. I guess that's it. So, yeah.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
Well, Ron, you know, I don't have much to say to you. Fuck you, Ron.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
So yeah, here's a decision that, you know, might have, in an alternate better universe, it might have weight and it might give meaning, and it might, you know, as gross and uncomfortable as this mission has been, and as kind of lazily written as this mission has been, at least maybe here's a decision that has some weight and value. Not really. It just kind of, I don't think it ever comes up again. Maybe it gets mentioned in Mass Effect 3, but, you know, whoopee. Yeah, if Jacob knew his dad or cared, it might matter, but anyway, so we can tell Jacob to shoot him. We can haul his ass off to space jail, or we can leave him here with the hunters. And honestly, like, I kind of think leaving him here is the poetic justice answer. It's like, congratulations, guy. You made this bed, now die in it.
Maybe we go arrange pickup for the rest of the survivors while the acting captain deals with the hole we punched through his max.
Now wait, I'm supposed to get rescued. The crazy ones, you don't know what they'll do to me.
We can guess.
Ha-ha! Miranda gets a
A
burn.
different man, Shepard. A good man. Wish I'd found him.
Jacob.
You were a better man dead. As far as I'm concerned, you still are.
Jacob!
Sucks to be you, Ron. So, we got some experience, gives us a level up. Jacob is now loyal. He got a punch. Jacob has barrier, which is neat. It's fun. Jacob gets a new outfit because every loyal squad mate gets a new outfit. We get some money. We get some Ezo. There we go. Ghost of the Father. Jesus, that mission was crap. Thank God it is over.
About to pick up survivors, Commander. We can be long gone by the time they get here.
Don't even give them the tail lights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
I like how Miranda could just step into the hologram projector. It makes sense, you know. Cerberus channels, ties to Jacob, wasn't the elusive man. Had to be Miranda. Someone else would have gotten it. Well, someone else would have ignored it, and we wouldn't have had to do this mission. So I find that difficult to say someone else would have gotten it wrong.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
Feels like there's a cheapish paperback novel that BioWare wants to sell me about Miranda and Jacob's backstory that either I've never heard of or just doesn't exist, but they've hinted at it a lot for there to be, as far as I know, nothing. But hey, you know, fanfic exists for a reason, right? Anyway, Jake, how you doing, buddy?
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor's body has some catching up to do, but the man died a long time ago. I've already dealt with that. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
Well, that's one approach. There's a lot of talk about Jacob and Miranda caring about each other, but, like, Jacob does nothing to... Yeah, like, we hear a lot about how Jacob and Miranda have a past, and how, you know, Jacob said she requires a better man than I. Okay. We're never told exactly what it was. We never see... We see this mission, which is Miranda reaching out to Jacob and doing something to kind of honor the relationship they once had. We never see Jacob reciprocate that. Like, you know, it could have been, you know, Jacob could have had something to do with Miranda's loyalty mission. You know, Jacob could have been, like, Jacob could have discovered that Oriana was being moved. And there could have been a situation like this where, you know, Jacob was the one to let Miranda in on a situation very similar to the one Miranda is to let Jacob in on. Miranda does stuff for Jacob. Jacob does nothing for Miranda. At least not that we see. And again, maybe part of that is like BioWare wants to sell me a novel that doesn't exist. But part of it is just even the writers know that Jacob is boring and they don't want more Jacob content.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
I thought we had already heard that line. Turns out I just know this game very well. She requires a better man than I.
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard, thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
Shepard managed to get through one friendly conversation with Jacob without flirting with him, which was fantastic. Good for you, Shepard. All right. that, I think, is going to bring an end to this episode for the folks watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. I promise that next time we will do something good and cool, because after all, Mass Effect is cool and good. Next time, why don't we go to Tuchanka? Tuchanka? Let's go to Tuchanka? That sounds like a plan. Let's go to Tuchanka next time. But again, for the folks on YouTube, that is the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.